Of course that's how the season would end. Of course. Hey everyone, my name is Melody. Thank you for clicking on this video. So for the second time in 4 years, the Sabres have won the draft lottery. Gotta win something, right? Why not have it be the draft lottery? And I just I found it hilarious that we won the draft lottery this year, honestly. You know, it's just like, in a year where there's no McDavid, there's no Matthews, you know, there's no Lafreniere, Dahlin, like there's no consensus #1 elite, you know, superstar. I don't know. Just the fact that it happened this year is just so funny to me. I just found it so funny because this is like, I've said it so many times, this is like the Murphy's Law season because everything I felt like that could go wrong did go wrong this season. You know, starting with all the Sabres COVID issues, they had injury issues, and then they just started getting really bad puck luck, and just everything started spiraling. They went on an 18-game losing streak. Taylor Hall forgot how to score goals. They lost Jack Eichel for the season, and maybe forever. They were on their 6th string goalie. Like, right, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for the Sabres. So for them to end it by winning the draft lottery is so funny to me. If you missed my live stream last night, my reaction looked something like this. All right, ready? 3rd overall pick, here we go. This could be us.
Go first.
Oh! It's the Dogs! It's between us and Seattle!
Yes.
Come on! 1 and 2, baby! What do we got?
Dude, it's gonna be Seattle.
It's totally gonna be Seattle.
I'm saying Buffalo Sabres.
Let's go! Come
Seattle's
on!
getting second. Oh my.
Let's go, guys!
Seattle's getting second.
Well, at least we're getting the top 2.
Are they gonna go right to #1? Probably. Yep, #1. Here we go!
I'm about to hop on the wave.
What do we got?
Yeah!
We won again! Taylor Hall! Let's go!
Okay.
Yes! Let's go, guys!
Oh my.
This winning the pick means absolutely nothing because it's a weird draft year, but we did it! We won something! So the draft lottery itself, for the first time in kind of a while, didn't really get too switched. Like, it was only one team, the Anaheim Ducks, moved down. They went from 2 to 3. Otherwise, and then the Kraken moved out from 3 to 2. Otherwise, the draft pretty much stayed true to form, which doesn't really seem to happen much anymore. And like this being the first year that, you know, they're only picking the top 2 picks for the lottery, I just thought it was so funny that it just kind of, the whole thing pretty much stayed the same for the most part. I feel like the last time the Sabres won the lottery, when they won the Dahlin lottery, I feel like it was another one of those years, and the same goes for this year, where Sabres fans just didn't expect to win. Like, I wasn't thinking 1st overall. I was thinking 3rd. Like, it said that, they said that we had a 68% chance of picking 3rd, and an 18% chance of winning the lottery altogether. So I didn't even have my mind set on 1st overall. And the same kind of went for that Dahlin year. I think it was such a horrible season. Everyone was so bitter. Everyone was, like, thinking about the 4th overall pick. I don't think anyone was thinking that we'd actually get Dahlin, so it was kind of shocking when we won. This time, too, it was like, whoa! Really? We're gonna win this one? I specifically wore my Taylor Hall shirt. I had my Taylor Hall jersey because that dude is a lottery machine. Like, everywhere that dude goes, his team wins the lottery. I remember when I made my first video about Taylor Hall when he first signed with the Sabres, and all of you guys went nuts in the comments about how the Sabres were gonna win the lottery, and props, you guys were right. So in terms of, like, the pick itself, by now, like, the consensus #1 overall is Owen Power, the defenseman from Michigan. I've said this whole time, I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be mad about getting Owen Power. I'm just not sold on it. I'm not sold on him, and I'm not sold on the concept of taking a defenseman 1st overall. It's not that the Sabres couldn't use a defenseman, because of course they could. They could use everything. But I'm just kind of at the point where I still think we're a little heavy in terms of our system on defense, and I still think we could really use some forward help. And, you know, if potentially Jack Eichel's leaving, Sam Reinhart's leaving, hopefully you're going to get a good return for them. But I still think you need forwards, but I don't think that's where the Sabres are going. I think the Sabres are probably pretty easily going to take Owen Power, which again I'm fine with. They can use all the help they can get. So I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm about to go on like a 2-month-long YouTube binge of Owen Power highlights, so that'll be fun. There's a lot of talk about what the Sabres should do in this kind of year where there's no, like, franchise superstar player at the top, and a lot of people are talking about potentially trading the pick. In theory, it'd probably be a good idea to trade the pick, but, like, the question is who's going to give up anything of substantial value for a first overall pick in this draft, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know, like, who would I trade for the first overall pick in a year? I don't know. And so I just don't know who would trade. So I don't, like, first overall pick trades, especially, like, straight up trades, like, player for pick, those never happen. So I definitely don't see the Sabres trading it. And there's going to be a lot of talk with Jack Eichel in the coming days because his neck thing is, they had like a 12-week waiting period where they just wanted to see how it healed, and that's pretty much over now, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk about Jack Eichel. So if he wants out and we're going to start full-on tear-down rebuild mode, doesn't make sense to trade the pick for a player now, you know? So I just think you take the player, get 3 years on an entry-level contract on a guy, and then we'll see. If we were closer to contending for a playoff spot, I would probably be more on board with the idea. I just don't know what you would get for a first overall pick, and we're not close to contending. I mean, have you guys been watching these playoffs? Like, I've been watching these playoffs and just being like, we are nowhere close. Watching Colorado makes me feel like the Sabres are like an ECHL team, you know what I mean? But I think this is definitely going to be a very interesting offseason for the Sabres, now having the first overall pick and having to deal with Jack Eichel, Sam Reinhart. You know, Rasmus Ristolainen said that he wouldn't be opposed to a trade either. You got your starting goaltender, whose contract's expiring. You got, you know, Jake McCabe's contract expiring. Wouldn't shock me if neither of those two re-signed. I think now, like, winning the lottery is something to feel good about, but I just feel like we're kind of going to start getting into more tough times for the Sabres. I hope not, but I kind of feel like that's where we're at. So Kevin Adams, you know, was talking about Jack's thing, and the whole drama was that the Sabres didn't want him to have this surgery because it's never really been done on, you know, an NHL hockey player before. It's kind of a newer thing, and the doctors expressed their concerns about that, but Jack Eichel seems pretty adamant that he wants the surgery. And so they asked Kevin Adams about that last night, and he said that, yeah, while the 12-week waiting period is kind of coming to an end, their minds haven't changed at all, and they still don't like the idea of the surgery, and I can't imagine Jack Eichel's mind has changed at all. So Elliot Friedman said that, you know, both sides are kind of looking into their options, but I guess if they can't agree, then a trade's probably going to happen. So yeah, I'll talk about it more when it gets closer, but this is going to be a fun off season, right, guys? Speaking of Kevin Adams, too, like, he said something so cringy yesterday. He was talking about how he was getting nervous when the picks were being read and when the Sabres were getting closer. And he said something along the lines of, like, you know, he was thinking about Terry and Kim Pegula while it was happening, and, you know, he wanted it for them because of how much they've done for the city and for the fans and whatever, and it's just like, ugh. Like, if Kevin Adams was smart, he would never, ever, ever mention the Pegulas by name when talking to, you know, the media and the fans. Like, he does this all the time. He praises the Pegulas all the time. It's so annoying. Like, this is the guy we're supposed to trust to, you know, rebuild this team, to trade away Jack Eichel, trade away Sam Reinhart, to get good value for them, and this guy is just such, like, a Pegulas, like, yes man. It's so annoying. Like, you look at last year's draft, and basically everyone was, like, shocked by the Jack Quinn pick when, you know, Marco Rossi was available, Cole Perfetti was available, Anton Lundell was available, and they went, like, Jack Quinn for some reason. And speaking of that, too, do they even have scouts yet? Like, I make jokes all the time that, like, the Sabres fired all their scouts, so what are they going to do? I still don't know if they hire their scouts or they replenish their scouts. I mean, not like it matters because no one's playing hockey right now, but, like, could hire some more scouts to watch some YouTube clips or something. I don't know. Joking aside, though, like, in all seriousness, like, it was funny for that moment to kind of, like, have a little bit of joy, even if it's, like, a lottery win, even if it's kind of, like, a down year lottery win. That was fun. That was fun. From start to finish, the season was just awful, so let's just have that finish be, like, a small reward for everything that we put up with, right? I hope Owen Power's doing okay. That's all I'm worried about right now. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Let me know how you felt about the Sabres winning the lottery, and not really a ton of changes to the draft order for the first time in a long time. I feel like it was just kind of like one team moved down and that was it. So no one can really truly whine about being screwed over. But yeah, again, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Go Bills, go Sabres, go Blue Jays. Bye, guys. All right, ready? Third overall pick, here we go. This could be us.
Go first.
Oh! It's the Dogs! It's between us and Seattle!
Yes.
Come on! 1 and 2, baby! What do we got?
Dude, it's gonna be Seattle.
It's totally gonna be Seattle.
I'm saying Buffalo for this.
Let's go! Come
Seattle's
on!
getting second.
Let's go, guys!
Seattle's getting second.
Well, at least we're getting the top 2.
Are they gonna go right to number 1? Probably. Yep, number 1. Here we go!
I'm about to hop on the wave.
What do we got?